What's up, everybody? It's Wyvern here. I'm coming to you today with my shiny collection. I just watched Reversal's video where he went through his shiny collection, did a little bit on each one, and kind of told how he caught it and what it means to him. And at the end, he nominated two YouTubers that he wanted to go through it as well. So I'll be doing that as well. I'm going to be nominating Starseek and Hypnotic Melodic. Now, I know both of you guys are mainly streamers, but I think it'd still be cool to go through and see your Pokemon Go shiny collection. You don't even need to do a long bit. Reversal video was a half hour. This one's probably going to be pretty quick, but today we're going to be going through that, and let me know what you guys think.
Alright, so we're going to be going through this in order of most recent to oldest. So first up, we found this Talo last week while I was out working. This was back-to-back shinies with the shiny Mankey that I found on my birthday. If you guys haven't watched that video yet where I found it, be sure to check it out. Link will be in the description, but essentially I hadn't found a shiny in a month, went out shiny hunting, and found Mankey on my birthday. So that was pretty awesome. Next up, we have these two Shuckles with awful CP from the Sentosa Safari Zone event. I was not able to attend, but I got the global spawns. And then my personal favorite, all these Bagon, Shelgon, and Salamence. If you guys watch the channel much, you probably know Salamence is my favorite Pokemon, along with Shelgon and Bagon. But even though it was a boosted shiny, even though it was a Community Day shiny and everybody has it, it is still my favorite shiny that I have is my shiny Salamence. Next up, we have shiny Castform from the weather event, along with Ludicolo here. I only got one, and I only got him right at the end of the day. I was only able to play about 3 hours, I would say, the average Community Day window. So I completed about 50 research in that time and only found one shiny, but we did get him, and he is in Great League range, so I'm very happy about that. Just a couple more Castform to go through here, and then we'll have the Chikorita, which is, prior to the Mankey, the last full odds shiny that I found. I found this in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, while I was there for a week. So that was a surprise find, but I was happy about that, even though it was a Community Day Pokemon at one point. Next we have Sceptile, which, personally, I think shiny Sceptile resembles Feraligatr a lot. This is just the Community Day shiny, along with these Tricos. Grovile's probably my favorite of the bunch, just because I really like the autumn red leaves that he has. But that's aside from the point, those are just all Community Day Pokemon. Next up, we have the Metang that I traded for. That is from the December Community Day. I just traded for that one so I could get one in Great League range. Not going to evolve it yet because I really have no reason to spend those candies yet. I'm not going to be using it for regionals, and Nightmare Cup doesn't allow Steel type. Well, I suppose I could use the Psychic type, but it's not that good. Next up, Charmander is another full odds shiny that I found. I really have a knack for finding the starter Pokemon as full odds shinies, but found that one in the Walmart parking lot. And Caterpie was also while I was working. I find some good shinies while I'm working, guys. Clamperl is also the boosted event, and I was lucky enough to evolve 2 and get the Huntail and Gorbis. One of my friends evolved 3 and got all 3 Huntails and ran out of shinies. So that is pretty unfortunate. I lucked out there. Electivire is one that I hatched in Mall of America when I was back in Minnesota for a week for Swine Up Day. I hatched this one, and I think, aside from the 2 Togepi's, this was the first shiny that I've ever hatched. I hatched 1 Togepi before this and 1 Togepi after this. Those are the only shiny babies that I've gotten. Mamoswine, like I said, those are all from the Community Day. Dragonite, this one... That's right, I traded for this one. I was trying to hit lucky trades with my brother that ended up not working out, but I did get a Dragonite out of the deal. Next up, we have the Togekiss that I talked about hatching. The other Togepi that I hatched, I did end up trading that for the, for the Tropius that I'm currently walking with. But that one, I bought the 2 moves before I evolved it just because it's cheap as a baby. Unfortunately, it is out of Great League range, though. Going back all the way to January here, we have these Community Day Pokemon. And, I completely forgot, I did hatch the Aerodactyl on that Community Day. With the egg boost that we had in January Community Day, I hatched 4 Aerodactyls, one of them shiny, so I made a joke on Twitter about it being Aerodactyl Community Day for me. Let's see, I caught like 13 or some large amount. Pelipper is one I traded for with C-Mags. I will link his channel in the description as well, along with Starseek and Hypnotic Melodic will be linked, but C-Mags is a guy who does a lot of Pokemon Go videos. He does a lot of hatching, and his are short and sweet, so be sure to check them out. They're not long, they're not going to drag on. be sure to go and show him some love. Next up, we have Cotton Candy Mareep from the December end of year Community Day event, along with Dratini and Beldum from then. So those are the three shinies I found during that event. I don't think they were as boosted, at least personally I didn't find as many, but it was nice just to get all those candies and to find everything from the different events throughout the year. And since I missed Charmander Community Day, I traded in Alolan Vulpix for a Charmander, and ended up hitting Lucky with one of my friends from my raid group in Anoka, Minnesota. So that was super awesome, and it's really close to that Ultra League limit. So if Sylph ever branches out and does Ultra League tournaments, or even Master League at some point, I'm not saying I'll use this, but if they ever do Ultra League tournaments, you best believe I will be using Shadow Blaze. Next up, we have... Okay, I don't remember finding this. I'm going to be honest. This must be a Community Day Pokemon too. Dratini. Yeah, those confuse me. Next up, we have this from the Ingress event. The only shiny I found during that event. I did not get Cubone, but I did manage to find a Ponyta right at the tail end of it, and we evolved it. Unfortunately, this was before PvP, so I didn't know to save it and hope to trade it down. Hope its IVs dropped, and I think I might have even powered it up a little bit, so that is unfortunate, but it still looks really cool. Next up, this one as well. I missed most of Community Day because I was at a family event. I was able to encounter 4 Cyndaquils, and one of them was shiny, so that was incredibly clutch. For some reason, I keep missing the Fire-type starter Pokemon Community Days, because I will miss Torchic most likely due to traveling back to Minnesota. So I don't know what it is in me with the Fire-type starters, but I just can't have their events. Next up, this was another trade I did with my brother, just trying to hit Lucky. That didn't really happen, as you'll see, but Pinsir are from the event where they were boosted. Banette, I also have a knack for finding low IV and low CP shinies. This one was a CP11 Shuppet, and I evolved it for the lulz because I can. I found this one during the Halloween event last year, or maybe just before it. I don't remember. I see it's 10/23, but I'm not sure when that event started. But this was a full odds shiny, I believe. And then I found it in the exact same spot as the CP10 Pineco that I found. We'll get to that later. Metagross, this one is just from that Community Day event. And I was really pleased to find this one because normally I have bad IVs, but this one is really good. So I'm really happy about that one, and then we just have a couple more there. This is my second shiny Swablu. It took me forever to find my first one, and I found them like within a month of each other. I found 2. The Altaria I now use in Great League for Sylph, and this one, obviously, as you'll see, it's for trade. Chikorita was never really my favorite, but I do kind of like Shiny Meganium. I don't know why. I like the coloration of the flower on its neck, but it's pretty cool, guys. We'll go with that. Found not the most, but 5 or 6, so it's not the worst. And then here is the Shiny Altaria that I use. I'm going to be using it for my regionals tournament most likely, so there, if you're watching, you'll get a little bit of insight into my team. I probably won't disclose that just because I might do some regionals practice, but I won't show what my final 6 is going to be until I do the tournament itself next Sunday. This is another one that came in super clutch because I was only able to do 4 raids on Moltres Day. I had to leave. I was just going to do 3, decided to stick around for a 4th, and ended up finding this guy. And if we were to power it up, it would be... You know what, we're just going to do that right now because it's now perfect for Ultra League. My beautiful rubber chicken. Here is the Shiny Pineco. I said I found at 10 CP, and I evolved and obviously powered up a good bit. I really, really like the coloration on this one, how it's all gold instead of changing the tones a bit because it's originally kind of a grayish purple, I guess, and then red, but they just made it straight gold, so I really like this shiny. Eevee, we have a ton of them from the Community Day because that lasted 2 days, so that was incredible. And then here we go, Zapdos Day. This was the last raid I found, and I got a 98% shiny Zapdos. And one of my friends who loves IVs and didn't find any shinies was very jealous because I found 4 shinies and don't care that much about IVs. And then I have this one as well, and I've traded my other 2 cents. Wailord, I believe this is the first full odds shiny I ever found. I found a Wailmer and spent about 130,000 Stardust maxing it out. At the time, my trainer level has since increased. That was before PvP, so it's above that, and that was before I really cared about maxing out things that mattered. I was kind of stupid back then, but we have a purple whale now. Plusle, we found a whole bunch. I went out grinding during that event a ton. That was last summer. I believe it was... Shoot, which one was that? It was one of the Safari Zones, I think, and we had these boosted worldwide. I was out grinding until the event ended at like 3 a.m. local time because they had increased Trap Inch and increased Lotad, and at the time, I did not have Flygon or Ludicolo, and I think there was some other good stuff out as well. I think Aerodactyl, Magmar, Alolan Executor. So there was a lot of stuff I was looking for. So that is one of the few times I've just straight up grinded Pokemon Go, and I found a lot of Plusles for it. Here we see the Shiny Squirtles. I only got one of the Shiny Squirtle squads. No, I didn't. That's right. I did not get any of the Shiny Squirtle squad Squirtle, which was really unfortunate. I did get a few regular ones, but that is all we have there. And as Reversal pointed out, Wartortle's chest looks like a basketball. Next up we have Roserade. Honestly, this was when we had Safari Zone Dortmund, and we had Roselia boosted worldwide and the shiny released. I had no idea that it was boosted, so I was hyped when I found the Roselia. I'm still very happy that I found it, but I did decide to evolve it into a Roserade because it's more useful that way, and it still looks really cool. I love the Black Rose shiny Roselia. This is another community day. I was only able to play about 45 minutes, only found one shiny, but we ended up getting a shiny Larvitar up in Duluth. I was traveling up there for a football game that weekend, so while we were warming up, I snuck away from the team and caught a few Larvitars. Ampharos, unfortunately, I don't have one in Great League with Dragon Pulse, but this one was during a blizzard, so that's another one I only played for about an hour, hour and a half. Got some good candies, got enough shinies for my taste, and then I could no longer feel my fingers, and I decided to go home. Raichu, no, I'm sorry. This was the first full odds shiny that I found. Not Wailord, Wailmer. I was not able to do Community Day Pikachu, because that was the first one, so I didn't really know much about it, and I just found this one at my school. So it's not the best IVs, but it was technically my first full odds shiny. And then we have the Community Day Pokemon. Lugia, I got from my very first Lugia raid, and honestly, I really like this one. I'm probably not going to trade it unless I get a better offer, something I like more, but that was my first shiny legendary, and that one really means a lot to me. Dragonair, we're getting into my very first shinies now, which is Night Mist right here. This is my first shiny. My brother and I, right when we were just getting back into the game, we heard about Dratini Community Day, and we went down to Mall of America, and we were there for 3 hours, and the spawns were crazy. So this is my first shiny. My brother and I each got about 10 shinies. That's just because I'm trading it, that name there. But as somebody who loves Dragon-type Pokemon, I was really happy for this event. You'll see how many Dratini candies I have. Those are still from that event, because I was pin-apping everything. And then I was really happy when I found Night Mist here, because I did not know shinies were boosted. Like I said, I was just coming back to the game at that time, but it was really exciting to find that first shiny, and then to keep seeing them coming was a lot of fun. But that is going to wrap it up for my shiny collection, so let's hop into an outro real quick here.
That is my shiny collection in Pokemon Go. I know it's probably not as big as some of you guys have. I recently just hit 100 shinies. I took a year off of playing the game right around when they added shinies, actually. I think they added shinies right after I quit, so I missed out on a good early bit. There's still some pretty common ones I don't have, like Magikarp. I only recently got Swablu, so I'm still out there hunting. I'm still looking. Community Day is a great way to get some. But wish me luck shiny hunting, guys, and good luck in your endeavors. Remember, Starseek and Hypnotic Melodic. Let's see your guys' shiny collections. Let's go. And then you guys can go out and nominate 2 other trainers as well if you want. Until next time, guys, I'm Wyvern. Thanks for checking out the video. We'll see y'all later.